Hello, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? Let's have a look how we're doing in the live chat. Yes, we are live. 1.7k watching. That's great. So we had a crazy couple of days so far, and I bet a lot of you are shocked, especially with the great lunar depression, you know? We've had a drop of 99.9%, so it's a crazy drop from, it's really started from 120, so if we count that, it's a 99.9% drop, and it has dropped 98% for 2 days already. It's dropped 98% yesterday and 98% today, and I think it's dropped 98% like this afternoon. So what is happening to Luna? I bet a lot of you have already heard the news. Luna is completely unraveling. So for those of you who are not in Luna, you may want to know what Luna is. Luna is a layer 1 blockchain. It's its own layer 1 blockchain, and it's also an algorithmic stablecoin. So what does that mean? It means it's a stablecoin protocol that uses algorithms to stabilize its coin price. So it's not backed by anything hard. So that's why, for those of you who are more in the loop, you would know that a few weeks ago, when Bitcoin was quite high, when it was 40,000 plus, 40 to 47,000, there has been some Bitcoin buying in the Luna community. So Do Kwon, the founder of Luna, I don't know if he's the founder. Is he the founder? But he's the head. He's the figurehead of Luna. He became very cocky. He said he was gonna kill Dai. In my hands, Dai will die. Dai is the stablecoin of MakerDAO, the oldest DAO in existence, and the most battle-tested stablecoin, decentralized stablecoin in existence. He said he's going to kill that protocol because of his massive ego. In my opinion, he had a massive ego. The Luna community has been very toxic towards other communities, maybe because they were they had the feeling that they had some weakness, in the algorithmic stablecoin part. And just yesterday, CoinDesk released an article saying that Do Kwon was actually involved in a previous failed algorithmic stablecoin project, and that's Basis Cash. So Basis Cash was this algorithmic stablecoin. It was a 3-coin protocol, if I remember correctly. One coin is like a bond, the other coin is like a share, and the middle coin is the stable coin. So it uses the bond and the share to level out to peg the stable coin. Yeah, and it's more based on faith. So if people believe it will stay stable, it will stay stable. But the risk of algorithmic stablecoins is very, very great because it's very easily attacked. If you have a huge amount of money, you can find weaknesses in this protocol because it's so decentralized. Well, it's not really super decentralized, but it's an algorithm, and humans can crack algorithms. That's what hackers are for, right? So this algorithmic stablecoin project failed, and Do Kwon was also the founder of that one. And after that, he started making Luna an algorithmic stablecoin protocol, which made a lot of people quite surprised. Because at first I thought Luna was just a layer 1 blockchain. Later on, they started doing this UST business, which is very risky. First of all, because you're mingling with the US dollar, which is risky. Second of all, it wasn't backed by any hard currency. So it was backed by its own currency, which was very strange, and backed by faith. So by burning Luna, you create UST. The absolute the cycle of this, I'm not too familiar with. So if you want to know more about Luna, I suggest you either go read their white paper, or you can listen to a podcast by Bankless. So let's go take a look at Twitter. Before you do anything, obviously, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Cryptos Lao Wai. Most of my tweets are in Chinese, but you can use the magic translate button and translate it into English. Wow, very nice. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, Bankless. Bankless is a great podcast to listen to. I was running today. I ran 15 kilometers. Obviously playing my favorite game, Steppen. I don't know if any of you are Steppen players. I'm a huge fan of Steppen. I think it's a great project, bringing Web3 to the masses. It is a little bit of a Ponzi, but you know, everything's a Ponzi. You need growth to feed companies, to feed countries, right? So it's a great project, and it brings fitness to the Web3 community. So I like it, and I love running, and I love coins. So I think it's the perfect one for me. Okay, so if Bankless is also a very good podcast to listen to. I listen to them on Google Podcasts. I just click play, and it takes about 5 seconds to download an hour's episode. And what I do is I just have my earphones in, go running. My running schedule is usually like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Takes me about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I run 14 to 18K at least per day. So it's perfect for me to listen to some crypto news. So they're really in depth, and the two hosts have great voices. They're very, very smart. And they mainly focus on the Ethereum ecosystem. But yesterday they did a great episode on UST Luna, the biggest collapse in crypto history. So it's a great episode to listen to. It's either on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, on most podcast platforms you can find them. So it's a great podcast to listen to. And I urge those who want to know more about the Luna collapse to listen to the podcast, because they give you a day-by-day breakdown of what happened to the Luna protocol. So basically, there's a theory that it's pretty much confirmed now that a external entity, a very rich player in this space, they attacked the Luna protocol. We don't know if it's an inside attack. I mean, it could be, because that would explain it being a Ponzi, right? It's basically a Ponzi, but whoever attacked it became the host of the Ponzi, if you know what I mean. So you could explain Luna's collapse as a decentralized Ponzi collapse. It's very different from the 2017-2018 project, BitConnect. That one was clearly a Ponzi. Everyone knew it was a Ponzi, and it collapsed. But this was a Ponzi posed as an algorithmic stablecoin. So it's very, very, in my eyes, it's a very, very bad thing. But obviously, you know, a lot of things, its narrative follows price. So obviously, it having dropped 99%, people now hate it. You know, people loved Luna when it was $90. So what has changed? The price has changed, right? That's what happened, and now people hate it. So always remember, price, narrative follows price. Okay, so Luna. I was pretty dumb to buy it at $3. I mean, I was looking at this chart. Sorry, move my massive head. I was pretty dumb to buy it at $3. At $15, I jokingly tweeted, Luna should rebrand itself as UST because it will be at $1 soon. And I thought I'd put in some stink bids. That means bids at really low levels, at around $3. And I did. I put in some pocket change. Okay, I didn't put in so much, but it was a good few $1,000s. Okay, and now I regret it. I regret it. Sorry, guys. Oh, it was an awful day, losing a few $1,000s. But you know, these things happen, and I'm glad I did it. So now I can tell people I bought Luna at the top at $3. You know, I bought Luna at $3. It went down to like 0.6. I thought I was gonna die. And then it went to $7 and I didn't sell. And today it's down like 100 times. It's 100 times down. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. So this is, I hear they've even gone beyond the max supply that was stated on the white paper. So that's why it's dumping so hard. And they're basically sacrificing Luna to save UST, but I don't know if they can. I highly doubt it. Okay. I think the only kind of hope for Luna might be if it dumps really far and some big player with some marketing brains, maybe Justin Sun, who knows? I mean, that's my speculation. I think Justin Sun might buy Luna, might buy the whole project. I mean, he's bought, what was that? BitTorrent. He's bought BitTorrent, and he's made the BTT token. So a few days ago, he exchanged some stable coins for UST, 1 million UST. I mean, it's not a lot of money for him, but you know, I think he might be up to something. So it might be possible that some player might come in and buy the project. Who knows? I mean, things like this happen. Just drinking water tonight, boys and girls. Sorry. Let's have a look. I see some Chinese comments in our chat. Luna 还能大涨吗? So that's, can Luna still pump? I mean, it's highly unlikely, but it depends on your definition of a pump, right? It's pumped how much? It's pumped from 0.02 to 0.1. Okay, so that's a 5x pump. It went up 500%, but now it's dumping like crazy again. I wouldn't be surprised if it just keeps going down to like near zero, and then it may get delisted from exchanges. Who knows? I don't have any insider information, so I really can't say. Okay, so let's talk about what this means for the rest of the markets. In my opinion, I wasn't trading Luna. I was I wasn't shorting Luna, I wasn't longing Luna, I wasn't really affected by Luna. But in my opinion, it's definitely a terrible thing for the holders of Luna. So I urge you, if you've lost your savings, if you've lost money over the past few days, longing the markets, getting liquidated, please don't do anything stupid, because it is not the end of the world. There are plenty more opportunities out there. It's not the end of the world. There are greater things out there. There are greater people out there that you can learn from, and you must go out there and gain an intellectual edge, so you can make it all back. It's all possible, guys. We've all been there. I've lost tons of my money. I've lost my life savings, but obviously not after I've made a ton of my life savings. But early on in my crypto journey in 2017, my portfolio did go to zero. So yeah, things like this happen. So if your portfolio goes to zero, I don't think it's a big deal, because we have just entered a bear market, and this bear market is a great opportunity to load up on crypto, okay? To load up on crypto. So what does that mean? We're gonna have 2 years of just bouncing around, coins getting cheaper by the day, occasionally mooning, but over the next 15 to 18 months, I'd say, the markets are going to be very slow, very choppy. 90% of your friends will, well, maybe not 90%, I'd say 80% of your friends will leave crypto for good. They'll never come back because they've lost so much money. They're so dissatisfied with the markets that they would never come back to crypto. But if you stay in crypto, and learn what the markets are doing, what the developers are doing, you'll discover the next hidden gems, the next projects that will really, really provide great opportunities of massive gains in the future. I mean, I'm not shilling any single coin, but bear markets are great for accumulation. That's for sure. Okay. How are we doing in the chat? How many people do we have watching? Not many watching today. Why? Let's see. Okay, so what do I think of Luna? Does it affect the rest of the markets? I think its effect is only temporary, because the Luna Foundation bought a ton of Bitcoin very high up, and they were forced to sell their Bitcoin at 34,000. So when the price was around 34,000, they sold their Bitcoin, which caused the price to go down even further. So I'd say the effect of Luna on the market has diminished. I don't think it's still affecting the markets. What about now? It's just going down uncontrollably. I don't know when it will end, but the coins that I bought at 3 are now practically worthless. They've gone down literally 100 times. So they've gone down 99% since I bought in. I'm not gonna sell, obviously. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not even worth withdrawing from my wallet, to be honest. Sorry about that. So yeah, 4.4k watching. I don't think Luna will recover. It will. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say, but I think the chances are diminishing by the day. So I don't think it is. There is a high probability, Because if there is a high probability, we would see Luna's price go up and UST return to its peg, right? If it's not returning to its peg anytime soon, I don't think it has an opportunity. So let's have a look at the markets. I mean Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's have a look at Bitcoin first. Wait, where was my initial chart? I think it was my Bitfinex chart. Take a look on the 4-hour. It's a bit laggy, sorry. I think we're having trouble with the internet. Hello, we're back. Yes, we're back. I think there's a problem with our connection. I'm experiencing long delays. I might need to turn down the... Anyway, let's just try to give it a go, sorry. So now we're looking at Bitcoin. Now we're looking at Bitcoin. So how's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin has fallen as expected, and we've seen a big drop from 42k, and we got into this Huobi live journey at 48k, and now it's going down as expected, and we're at our first bottom, which may be 27 to 28k. So we've just hit that. We've just hit that bottom. Oh shit. What's up with this connection? Oh, we're back. Okay, so sorry about that. I think there was a connection issue with the server, and now we're back to normal. Okay, so we've essentially dumped from 48k. We started our Huobi live journey at 48k, and it started dumping. And literally every time we had a live episode, the price dumped. So it's kind of miraculous, you know. Every time we have a Huobi live episode, it seems to curse the markets. So what about now? Should we buy in? I bought in some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Solana, some GMT at this price point. And I think it's relatively cheap. It is relatively cheap. So I think no big deal right now. I'm not seeing too much external factors affecting the markets right now. It's mainly been the stock market dumping as well. So that's pretty normal. I mean, it's all pretty normal. We don't have any exchange hacks or black swans that way. So I think that's all good. So I think it's good practice to maybe buy at 27K and maybe hold until like 33K. Maybe that would be quite smart. But I do not believe we're in for a quick reversal. So what I mean by that is I think we'll take at least 2 or even 3 months to form a bottom at this range. So that my bottom range would be from 23 to 32K. So that's my range. So this is my range to buy in. Let's give this a go. This is my buy range. So this zone here. Whenever the price is in this zone, you can buy, but obviously buy closer to the red line. So the first time we'd buy would be today, or maybe possibly tomorrow if the price dumps a bit more. Maybe a double tap of the bottom. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. And we also have, we should also have another opportunity to buy the bottom very, very soon, maybe in 2 months or so. So I'd say buy some here, maybe sell at 33K, and then buy back at 24K. This is the trade in BTC. If you want to trade other coins, just trade it with BTC. Most coins in bear markets will follow BTC, except for some special coins that have special tokenomics. Right. Okay. So let's see. What else? I think buy the first bottom at 27, sell at 33. Remember these prices, okay? 27, 33, 24, and then maybe 32, 33, also 32, 33, and then rebuy maybe at 27. Or maybe in July, if you see the 23K bottom, you just buy in and hold all the way up. And I think we'll have a massive pump to really get everyone bullish. Because what happens here is if we really range in this range, this green box here, for a couple of months, people will be too scared to buy coins. And actually the Luna tragedy in the past few days, it has affected people. Even if you've not bought Luna, right? Even if you've not bought Luna, you would think, what the hell is this market doing, right? It's crazy. The markets are crazy. Anything could go to zero. I mean, Bitcoin could go to 10K. If you've seen Luna drop 99% day after day, Bitcoin could drop to 10K. So really, who knows? We might be in for another dump. That's what most people will think. So I've seen a lot of posts on Twitter saying that there are tons of liquidations. There will be tons of liquidations, both in the futures markets and also in DeFi protocols below 25K. So I think a lot of people are looking at 25K. They're looking at Ethereum, $1,500, $1,400, and they're thinking, wow, if we hit those prices, all of these DeFi protocols are going to explode and it will cause cascading price action. Well, that's possible, but you need to realize that too many people think like this, which means people aren't buying here. And what happens if retail doesn't buy? Whales buy, okay? So that's my theory, that whales are going to buy at 27K. They're going to get the retail feeling safe and they'll FOMO in above 30K. And then we're going to dump from 30, maybe 31, 32K to around 24K to liquidate them. So let's have a look how big of a dump that might be. If we dump from, let's say, 33K to 24K, that's 28%. That's a really big dump. So that would mean a 5x leverage position would be liquidated. 20% times 5 equals 100%. So that is very risky for anyone to go in a 5x position in this market, because 20% is just overnight. It's an overnight move. So guys, please be careful out there. Don't think 5x is low leverage. 5x is extremely high leverage. You're borrowing 5 times the money that you're not willing to lose. Don't do that, guys. I wouldn't suggest anyone go beyond 1x leverage. You must trade what you can afford to lose. So please remember that. Okay, so back to BTC. In my opinion, we'll see BTC break through this wedge maybe sometime in August, and we'll see a huge bull run through August, September, October, and we'll probably hit the top of this year in October or November. Okay, so we'll hit the top in October or November, and we may see some dumpy price action from there on. As you can see, I've drawn the line to go up very far up, maybe to 52K, 54K. That's totally possible. In terms of TA, that's totally possible. But I bet people will laugh at me for thinking that way, since we're already so low. I think people haven't lost 100% of their hope just yet, because we've just dumped really hard and people are really willing to buy the dip. But who knows? I don't think they are really. I think they'll be more willing to buy the dip when the dip is already over, meaning when we've already bounced from here. People generally feel safe when prices are going up, but that's exactly when things might go bad. Okay, when there's the most risk in the markets, that's exactly when you shouldn't be longing the markets. It's when prices are going up. When prices are going down, you're able to capture liquidity. You're able to buy in at a low price, and you definitely have to have the guts to hold, right? 6.7K watching. That's good news. Thank you for watching, guys. So before you do anything, obviously give me a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on Twitter. I have my serious face here. Crypto's Lao Wai. You should give me a follow. I think the Huobi post had it. If you look at the Huobi global Twitter post, you'll see my profile here. And basically what I do every day is I wake up, I check Twitter, I look at charts, make charts in my group, in my Telegram group. I also go running. I go running in the afternoon. I have a beer when I come back, and I have dinner. And after dinner, I'm with you guys. So, yeah, really good. So how's everyone doing tonight? I'm in Asia. Where are you? Some of you I know are in Southeast Asia, some in Japan, Korea, maybe the US. I don't know. I don't know if you can use Huobi in the US. Can you? maybe not. And maybe many of you from Africa. So welcome to my live channel. And we're here doing live streams twice a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday, like today. So join us at every at 8 o'clock, which is 12 UTC, or GMT plus 8 in China. That would be 8 in the evening. So yeah, just looking at my Twitter, we've grown a lot of followers this time. We're at 11.5k. That's great news for me. And it would be great if you could send me a like every tweet I tweet. That would help me a lot. And you can see I've posted this chart very early on, actually. I posted it when Bitcoin was 42k. And it is following this chart exactly for now. I hope it follows this chart forever. Let's go back to this chart. I've changed these annotations to English for everyone to understand. So I think right now, where are we in the cycle? We've almost completed the first leg down. So the first leg down is 69k to 23k. This is the first leg down. And when will we complete this leg? In my opinion, it would be in August. In August, I think we've fully bottomed out. We've done enough ranging. We've shaken enough people out of the markets, and we're able to go up in price to get people back excited. Yes. So that would be the first leg down, and the second leg would be up. The second leg up would be maybe from August to later this year in October or November. And you've seen I've drawn different boxes here. Once we've penetrated the wedge, the top end of the wedge, Bitcoin is going to the moon. So if Bitcoin goes to the moon, what happens? Altcoins nuke. Okay, altcoins go down hard. So Ethereum will go down in terms of Bitcoin, and that would drag down altcoins with it. And that's very healthy for the markets because you'll be able to hold some Bitcoin. You'll see all the altcoins die really hard, and then you'll be able to buy altcoins with your Bitcoin when Bitcoin is high and altcoins are low. So once you buy in altcoins, we can start alt season. And that's usually, remember guys, alt season usually starts at the end of a leg up. Okay, so this leg up, in my opinion, alt season, in Chinese, 山寨季. Okay, 山寨季, that is alt season. Alt season usually starts near the top of a cycle. So this cycle near the top, alt season starts. That's because what happens is big smart money funds, they usually buy Bitcoin first. They buy Bitcoin first, and that pushes money into Bitcoin, causing the price of Bitcoin to rise. And other projects see Bitcoin rising, so they sell their coins to buy Bitcoin to make a bit of money. So that causes all the other coins to go down a bit. And what is alt season? Alt season is basically when Bitcoin has almost topped, this smart money will flow elsewhere. It will flow into some smaller altcoins to really pump the price up to get people to buy in high. So what you need to do is be ahead of the money, be one step ahead of the smart money. And you need to be in Bitcoin when Bitcoin bottoms, Bitcoin and Ethereum when Bitcoin bottoms. Ethereum is also a good play, but definitely not altcoins. Altcoins will get completely destroyed if Bitcoin goes up. So we're talking about August, September. Altcoins will get destroyed when Bitcoin goes up, and we'll maybe see an alt season later this year. Yes. So what else? Ethereum. God, what is this? Let's have a look. Okay, we're back. What happened to my chart? It's all white now. Let's change it back to dark as a color scheme. Okay, doing good. Ethereum. Let's have a look at Ethereum. We'll have a look at Ethereum first of all on the daily time frame. How's Ethereum doing on the daily time frame? Not so well. It's dumped super hard. It's dumped to our target at 1,700. So that's good news. I bought some at 1,800, and I closed my short sell order. I closed my short position. I shorted Ethereum at 3,400, and I closed it at 1,800. So I shorted it for how many percent? Let's have a look. I shorted it for 40% down. Very good trade. It was a great trade. And my strategy for the next 2 months would be to play the bounces and then short the bounces. So I've bought in here. I've not opened any long orders yet, but I'm not going to long the markets. I'm going to buy some spot Ethereum, and in this bounce I may sell at 2,300 and then short it down again. I'll short it down to maybe 1,400, 1,500. So those are my levels. So Ethereum has been a great trade. What else am I looking at? I'm looking at MakerDAO. MakerDAO is a great project. It's an algorithm. It's not algorithmic stablecoin. It's a decentralized DAO. It's the oldest DAO in existence, and it's a decentralized stablecoin. The stablecoin is called DAI, D-A-I, and MakerDAO is backed with Ethereum, backed with USDC, and it's one of the most resilient decentralized stablecoins. So I think it does have its role in the Ethereum ecosystem. I think MakerDAO may see some good gains in the next few months. Another coin I'm really into is obviously GMT. GMT, we predicted it will go to 0.8, and it has already gone to 0.8, almost by the dollar, almost by the cent. Okay, and I bought some at 0.81. And I think it's a good buy. It's a good buy at these prices because, in my opinion, if we look at the charts here, if we give it a narrative from 0.1 all the way to $4, that has been completely speculative. Meaning GMT hadn't had didn't have any use case. It was just a coin, and the coin that was used in the game was GST. Okay. So right at the top, I kept saying, the GMT use cases are coming out. Binance has announced they've strategically invested in Steppen, and that could be the top. And it is definitely an indicator for the top, because they just kept mentioning these things that were too good, And why would all of this news, why would all of this news come out when the price is high? Well, to get people to buy in, of course. It had no use case from 0.01 all the way to $4. And at $4, all of these use cases came out. And Binance announced their strategic investment. What does this mean? They want people to buy in. They want people to buy in high. In Chinese, 接盘, So prices going down from there was certain for me. Okay, so I predicted we would go to 0.8, and that was my buy level. And I bought some GMT, but my buy for GMT is mainly to play the game. So I'm gonna, when Solana really goes back online, because Solana is experiencing some extreme congestion these days. When Solana is going back online, I think I'll send my GMT over to my game account. I'll exchange some of that for Solana. I'll buy some more shoes. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play the next wave in this game. So, what do I think that will happen to GMT? I may be biased, because I am a not a Steppen trader, sorry, a Steppen player. So I like the game a lot. I'm kind of addicted to the game. Maybe that's a good thing. But I think it's a great game, and I think we're gonna see GMT or GST. These two coins actually will go up in price, relatively the same, because the game developers, they balance out the prices of GMT and GST every few days. If they see GST is getting too expensive, they put in like whenever you want to mint shoes, you need to use more GMT instead of GST. So that really balances it out. Okay, so I think we'll see GMT and GST rise hand in hand as we get more players in the Steppen game. What price do I predict it to go to? Well, that's really hard to say, because we've gone up so much, but I think it's at a relatively low price right now at $1, and I think the next wave will not be a speculative wave. This was speculation, pure speculation. And the next wave up to whatever price it may be, would be a true growth wave. So we'll have a ton of use cases in GMT and GST that will boost the price up. We'll have better tokenomics, and we'll see some real growth. So we've seen this in Axie Infinity, right? We've seen it in Axie Infinity. Axie rose from, what was it? 0.0 something to $9 at first, and from $9 there was a huge drop to something like $3.50, and then from $3.50 we went up to $150. So $3.50 to $150 was the main adoption wave, the growth wave. So it depends on how well they get more players in the game. But I think if we see more players in the game, we could be looking at a $10 to $15 GMT. Okay, so that would be a big gain in the market. I'm not trying to get you guys to buy in. None of this is financial advice, and please play at your own risk. But you know what I'm getting at, right? If you listen to what I'm saying you should go have a look at this game. You should know more about its tokenomics. You should do your own research. Definitely, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at some other coins. Wow. Okay, so ICP has dumped to our target price. Remember when ICP was 14 or $18, we had a Huobi Live episode and we predicted that it would go to $6 and bam, now it is at $6. I bought some, okay? I can't lie to you guys. I bought a few ICP and I believe we may be going to $20 or even $100 in the future because this coin has never gone up and I think a bunch of people are shorting it and I think it's very easy for the developers, for the team to pump the price up because most of the airdrop tokens are have been sold on the open market. So those in 2018, 2017 and 2018, they got an opportunity to sign up for this airdrop. So what I did was I just entered my email address, and after that I got 13 ICP per month as a gift for a whole year. So what happened was, at first ICP was really expensive. It's like $300 or $400 per ICP token. But then with all the sell pressure, it's gone down a lot. So now the airdrop isn't worth that much. And in my opinion, those getting the airdrop have pretty much lost faith in the project and they will be selling at a low dollar base average. Okay, so ICP, in my opinion, below $10 might be a good buy. So we may see some ICP price action this year. What else are we looking at? BNB being a major coin in the market. BNB, it's gone down exactly as predicted. I predicted it would drop from $400 to $250. And from here, in my opinion, it would go back to the 300 range and then dump more. My final price estimate for this coin would be at around $150, $160. So I'm, in my opinion, $150, $160 is a good buy for BNB. So we'll keep our eye out for BNB. Some legacy coins. Let's look at some legacy coins, like the shitcoin EOS. It's done exactly as I predicted. It's gone up to $2.9 and it's dumped down to $1. So it's done exactly as I predicted. I would have a chart of this when I drew it, exactly when I drew it. So you'll be able, I have proof that I drew this before. I didn't draw it right now. I wouldn't lie to you guys. So right now I think 1.08 may be a good price to buy in. Will it just go straight to $4? That's really, really hard to say. I really don't know. But in my opinion, if we keep on dumping, we may see lower prices. So that's the scary thing. Let's have a look if we connect these two dots over here. We're actually above that. So it's really hard to say. Maybe if we draw an ABC corrective wave here, we may find a low point to buy in. Let's have a look. An ABC correction from here. So that gives us a target of $0.92. So $0.92 might be a point to buy in. My other target would be using the, okay, so if I use the regular linear chart, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work that way. But yeah, that makes sense. So we could see the price bounce from here to somewhere higher, and then we see the price dump again, maybe to 0.92, and then that's the true bottom. And we may see it just range here and go up. So I'm thinking maybe this year EOS will go from $1 to $4, and that maybe will be its final ascent before absolute destruction down to 0.01 or 0.1. Yeah, we'll see a lot of destruction next year, but this year is mainly getting people destroyed on the first leg down. People are gonna sell very, very low. They're gonna sell at the 23, 24K range, and then we're gonna pump the price up to 50K, get everyone excited. We're going to 100K, going to the moon. We dipped down to the previous high. That was the 2017 high of 20K. We've dipped down to there. That's resistance turned support, and now we're going to the moon. When people think that, it would be time to short. So just remember that, guys. When people are thinking that we're going to 100K, that's when we'll short again, maybe later this year. So just to keep that mindset. I mean, when you're in the markets, you get really emotional. You get emotional when prices drop. You think they may not drop as low as you think, but they will, because usually that's what happens. People, when it drops a lot, people think, wow, that's a big drop. Will it drop further? Well, it will, because not enough people have been liquidated. And when prices go up, oh, will it go that far up? Will it go to 50K? Well, of course it will, because a bunch of people have sold really low. And to get people to buy in high, you need something inspirational. You know, if you pump the price up to 50K, above 50K, you're closer to 100K than to zero. So people immediately become very inspired to buy in. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna say for today. There have been a few hiccups in this live stream. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe it was a server problem or something. But I'll be uploading this episode to my YouTube, so follow that as well. Follow my YouTube, and my YouTube is the same as my my Twitter handle. So if you just search my Twitter handle on YouTube, you'll find it. Okay, so that's enough for today. I'll see you next Tuesday. Hope you have a good week in the markets, and I believe next Tuesday prices will be higher than today. Okay, that's my prediction. Let's see if we're right. If we're right, you must give me a like, you must join my group, and you must also give me a follow on Twitter. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.